All right. Well, happy Monday, everybody. We are resuming these Zoom trainings. We try to do these every Monday night, but I also understand that it's summer. So, in case there's ever a reason that I don't do a Zoom training, I will always either be live in our Facebook page doing some kind of topic training or pointing you in some kind of direction or training that you can get always on a Monday night. So, tonight we're going to be talking about the $1,000,000 question. How do you start that conversation about the Thrive experience and why certain things on starting that conversation are so important. So I want to kind of go over, we're just going to be going over that because, this is called network marketing. So you've got to network in order to build your business and grow your business. And so I want to talk about that. I want everyone to think about that. And when you think about building your business and growing your business, what does that mean to you? There's different levels for every single person that is watching this video. Every single person has different goals for why they started a side business. Maybe you became a promoter because you wanted to thrive for free. Maybe you became a promoter because you wanted to earn an extra, maybe you just came in and you wanted to earn that VIP bonus. And now, you're just kind of slow and steady, kind of seeing where this will go. And other people have, they want to go maybe get that auto bonus. Maybe that auto bonus is a really big goal. That was my personal goal. I wanted to earn that auto bonus. That was the reason I became a promoter, was because I wanted to put myself in a situation where we could earn extra money because I wanted to go get a Suburban. That's how I got started. Those were my monthly goals. I wanted to be able to cover a car payment. And so I got to work. And guys, there were so many times that I almost quit before I even hit that goal. And so there were so many times where I felt like, even though when I first got started, I told myself, I bet I could earn this car bonus in a year. That's what I told myself. I was like, I bet in 12 months I could earn the auto bonus with Le-Vel. And I was like ready to give up within 3 months of not earning the auto bonus. Like, even though I had told myself coming into this, like, I bet it might take me a year. I even remember thinking it could even maybe take me 2 years. Like, time's going to pass anyway. Like, why not? I loved what the product was doing for people. Once I experienced it myself, I loved what it was doing for me. And so I almost gave up way before I even way before the time limit that I even gave myself, that I was going to, I said, it's going to take me a year to go earn this auto bonus, or maybe it'll take me a year to even earn like $500 a month. Like, I didn't have any network marketing experience. I didn't know really what to expect. And so when I first got started, like I said, I almost gave up like within the first like couple of months, because I realized that there was a lot more potential here than what the reason had been for me joining. And so I realized that, not only should I probably earn a car bonus, but I should be earning it way faster than a year, even though I had set my expectation for myself to do it within a year. And so maybe that's where some of you guys are at. You got started and you have a goal, and it's something that, maybe it's a goal that is a year from now, or 2 years from now, or 3 years from now. I will tell you that when I did finally earn that car bonus and it took me 8 months to earn that car bonus, that I had to change, what I was about, why I was building this business. And so then I wanted other people to be able to earn that car bonus. And so then that's when, going for 40K and 80K and ultimately the top rank of the company, that's when those goals started to shift. And so, I talked to somebody last night on a call, and she asked me, she said, how long did it take you to start earning 6 figures? And I said, it took about 2 years. for me to get to that financial. And she said, that is my goal. That is what I want. And she was like, so you're telling me that if I commit to this, for 2 years, that would be possible for me. And I said, absolutely. Anything is possible. Some people, it might take 2 years to get to the car bonus. Some people, it might take 2 years to, get to 40K. It might take some people 2 years. It might take some people 4 years to get to the car bonus. Like, we're all on different paths. But what I told her was, it really depends on the day in, day out actions that you do and that you teach other people to do. That's really what it boils down to, because there are plenty of people that have gone on to hit the top rank of the company in the time that it took me to hit the auto bonus. And there are plenty of people that have gone on and hit the top rank of the company in the time that it took me to go 4K. I mean, everybody does something different. And I can probably promise myself that if I were to look at the people that had the success that I didn't even know that I wanted, our daily activities were a lot different. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight is everybody does the same things, no matter where you are. If you're going for that VIP 800 bonus, if you're just now getting your business started, or if your goal is to go, make 6 figures, the activity, I promise you, the activity is all the same. The difference is how often people are doing that activity, the numbers in which they're doing that activity, and also how well the people that they're bringing into this business are also doing those activities. So you can bring a bunch of people in, but if they don't do those activities, like, it doesn't really, sometimes it just doesn't go as fast as we would like it to go. And so for me, I started thinking about, okay, what do I want to tell somebody that maybe they aren't where they want to be, or, what are those activities? And the thing is that you have to do these activities every single day until you find enough people that also want to do these activities every single day. And I think that that's sometimes where I know that I have felt, you all remember, I've been building this business now for 4 years, a little over 4 years. This is the longest job I've ever had in my whole life. So, are there times where I've been like, oh my gosh, I want to walk away. Like, I don't know if I want to do this. Yeah, because this is the longest thing I've ever done. Like, I've usually been like a hopper. And so I really have been trying to take some time to think about, what does it take to get to where you want to go? And I actually told somebody, they're like, well, what happens after VIP 800? And I said, you keep finding people until you find enough people that want to go VIP 800, and they find enough people that want to go VIP 800 to get you to your goals. And you don't stop until you find those people. But it's like, how do you find those people? How do you have that conversation? What do you do? And so tonight we're going to talk about whether you're brand new, or, I see, Kim Salzer on the line with me, Kara Ward. They have been with me with this business, with this company now for a while. So it's like, where do I continue to find the people? Because I think sometimes you start to think, or it feels like maybe you've talked to everybody, but again, I started this little Zoom with saying that it's called network marketing. So you have to network and you have to build a network. And so we're going to talk about warm market. We're going to talk about cold calling. We're going to talk about all those things and how you start that conversation no matter what market you're in. So first and foremost, one thing that I feel like really doesn't get talked enough about lately is, do you have 100 free customer accounts? And for those of you that have been around for a while, Kara, Kim, Tammy, I know you guys are well above that number. But I want to talk to everybody about that 100 free customer account number. And so many times, we think, I know that when you're building your own business, like if somebody tries to tell you what to do, it's like, yeah, right, I'm not going to do that. That number makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, I didn't join this business to have a boss. Like, I get all of that. However, you probably joined this business because you have some type of goal. And so for me personally, I had a goal, one, I wanted to thrive for free, which I started Thriving for free my very first month. And then I guess my next goal after that was 4K. Because remember, my ultimate goal was just to hit the car bonus. And I saw a ton of people that joined, my upline that they earned that car bonus within like 3 weeks, 6 weeks. And I was like, what the freaking heck are they doing that I'm not doing? And that's when I got really serious about listening to what the CEO of the company would talk about every time he had a leadership call. And so finally, after about like 2 months, I was like, okay, I guess I should do what Paul is actually suggesting, or he's saying, if you want to have success, here's what you need to do. And I wasn't doing those things because I felt like I'm going to grow this how I want to grow it. I'm going to, which you can, but those choices have to reflect certain outcomes. And the outcome that you are going for, that you are shooting for, is 100 free customer accounts in your first 30 days. And I know that that always sounds like a lot. Like there are plenty of people on our team that do not have 100 customer accounts. The thing is, though, if you break that into a month, you're talking about 3 people, about 3 to 4 people a day for 30 days. And, if you were to reach out to people and have 3 people respond to you every single day over a 30-day period, you'd be looking at 90. Okay. So, there's a lot of people that think, well, I'm going to go start reaching out to 15 to 20 people a day. Awesome. Remember what I was telling you about the people that go to higher ranks and achieve things faster? That's what the difference is. The difference between people that grow and don't grow is the fact is that they're not asking the question at least once a day, have you heard of the Thrive experience, to somebody that they've never talked to about Thrive. The difference between growing and growing really fast is how many times a day you put yourself in a position to ask that question. And so if you put yourself in that position to ask it 1 time a day, like you will start growing. You really will, because you'll get better at asking the question. You'll get better at answering the question, and you'll get better at doing all the things that come with the answer to that question. Because here's what's going to happen when you ask that question. Somebody's either going to ask you, what is the Thrive experience? Somebody is going to completely ignore the fact that you asked that question. Or 3, somebody's going to be really rude to you that you asked that question. And so it's going to depend on how you react to that situation, on how your business continues to move forward. 1, if they ask you, well, what is the Thrive experience? And you get to engage them in conversation and you start sharing with them, oh my gosh, I can't believe you haven't heard of it before. Here's what it's done for me. You invite them to like the Facebook fan page. You get their email address. You enroll them with that free customer account. Maybe you send them your website. You get them added to our customer group page. And that's when the follow-up starts to happen. You've had this conversation. There's been some interest. You've decided you're going to send them some more information. If somebody asks you, what is the Thrive experience? The odds are that they will probably eventually start thriving with you. You have great odds there. Let's talk about the other 2 responses. So let's say, no, they just ignore you. They just flat out ignore you. You see that they see that message and they don't even respond to you. You can either take that personally and be embarrassed. It can ruin your day. Or you can realize that maybe they were at a red light when they opened up that text message or that Facebook Messenger. Maybe they were, waiting in a doctor's office and their name got called. There's a lot of different things that are happening when somebody just straight up ignores you. And so what I like to do with people that ignore me is a week or 2 later, I always follow back up with them and say, hey, did you ever see that original message that I sent you about the Thrive experience? And what's going to happen is they're either going to ignore you, or they're going to ask you, what is the Thrive experience? Or they're going to be rude to you. What happens when somebody is rude to you? This is going to be the defining moment on how your business goes. Because if it hurts your feelings, it can hurt your feelings. It's okay. It's okay if it hurts your feelings, but it only can hurt your feelings for like 2 or 3 seconds, because it says more about them than what it says about you and what you're trying to do. And Donna, you're brand new, so I hope you're not like, oh my gosh, people are going to hurt my feelings. You know, that they might hurt your feelings, because it makes people feel uncomfortable when they see people do things that they don't feel comfortable doing. It bothers them, because people need you to stay right where you are, because it makes them feel good about the fact that they are staying exactly where they are, that they're not trying to change, that they're not doing something different, that they're not trying to build their own business, that they're not trying to improve their life in whatever aspect it is. And it bothers people, not all people, but people that actually have the nerve to say something mean to you. It's those people. It bothers those people, because it makes them feel uncomfortable that you're willing to go do something that they maybe deep down inside want to do, but they don't have the confidence to go do it themselves. And so when they respond to you in some negative way, you're crazy, why would you get involved with that? You know, this is just a pyramid scheme, whatever they say, you're allowed to let that affect you for about 3 seconds, and then you move on. And the better you get at being able to move on and recognize that their response does nothing, it doesn't hurt your business, and it doesn't change your business, because guess what? They didn't order either way. You know, they weren't going to order before you asked, and then they just let you know that they weren't going to order then. But I promise you, being in this business now for 4 years, I've had plenty of people that have apologized to me, and they've said, I'm so sorry, I was so rude to you. I'm ready now. I'm ready to listen now. And they've like been the best thrivers, like, because guess what? Those people need Thrive more than anything. They just really don't know it. So let's talk about you putting yourself in that position of, you know, generating that interest, starting that conversation with somebody. They respond positively, you're going to get really good at how to walk somebody through the funnel, and how to introduce them to Thrive, and how to share what Thrive has done for you, what it can potentially do for them, and you're going to help them place an order. The more times you put yourself in that situation, you're going to get really good at it, and you're going to be able to teach people that come on to your team how to do it as well. When you get ignored, the more times you get ignored, the better you're going to get at not caring that you got ignored. And the better you're going to get at being able to follow up with that person that ignored you, and being able to reach back out to them and saying, hey, I don't know, I noticed you didn't even respond to this message. I'm going to try not to take that personally. I mean, be honest, like, be funny, call it out, like, acknowledge, like, did you ignore my message because you don't want me to talk to you about Thrive, or what? You know, see what they say. You're trying to get somebody to have a conversation with you. The better you're going to get at that. And the third thing, the more often, I mean, you're not going to get as much negativity as like you think that you will, but for the times that you do get the negativity, the more times you put yourself in that position to get that, you're going to get really good, and you're going to get really confident, and you're going to like, your brain is going to change, and your mindset and your confidence and who you are and why you do this, and realizing that you've got some toxic people in your life that you probably should just go ahead and get rid of. You're going to get really good at recognizing people, and it won't have anything to do with your business, but you will develop as a person and as a leader, and you will be able to start removing people that are not there cheering you on. And that says more about them than it says about you and what you're trying to accomplish. So those are the 3 things. You know, the more you put yourself in that position, the better you're going to be in all areas. You're going to get better at sharing your Thrive experience and helping people order. You're going to get better at following up with people, and you're going to get better about not letting negativity take you down and take you out. The question is, how often are you going to do that? And that is something that you have to make a decision every single day. Is it going to be one person? I'm going to reach out to one person today. That's great. One person is better than 0 persons. But maybe you're like, I really want to grow this thing faster, quicker, better. You need to start generating interest with 10 people a day, 5 people a day, 10 people a day. Think about it. If you were to approach 10 people every single day, and I'm going to let you take Saturday and Sunday off, that's 50 people a week times 4. That would be 200 people that you approached about the Thrive experience and about maybe potentially looking at your product or potentially looking at your business. I'm going to look at this chat. What's this? You learn to stop attaching emotions to the outcome. That's right. You want to be married to the action. You're not married to the response. That's what you need to get addicted to, is the action. So, a lot of times people will ask me, what do I think about this message? What do I think about this email? What do I think about this Facebook post? Honestly, I always say the best message is a sent message. But I'm going to give you guys kind of some ideas on, different ways that you can approach different types of people. So first, let's talk about warm market. And then I know you guys want to know how to cold prospect people. So we're going to talk about that too. So your warm market, these are the people that are in your circle. You're already friends with them on Facebook. They're already email contacts. They're already in your phone. Maybe they're people that you see, at whatever, if you play sports or you've got kids and they're in dance or whatever, these are people that you kind of recognize, right? So, first and foremost, one of the things, if you have been a customer and you're starting to think about how you can approach somebody, the biggest thing is making it sincere. That's the biggest thing, is really, why are you contacting that person? Why? Oh man, what happened here? Did y'all see that? Okay, that was weird. Did y'all see that Facebook? Did that show up on every screen? I don't know why that did that. So the biggest thing is making it sincere. When I first got started, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I copy and pasted the same message to a lot of people. And a lot of people will say that that's spamming, but I'm not going to be one of those people. Because what I will tell you is that if you have a sincere message, though, because what I would go and do is I would say, hey, Kara, and I would put their name in there. Hey, Kara, I don't know if you've seen my post lately about the Thrive experience. I'm really loving what it has been doing for me. And I wanted to know if it would be okay if I simply just added to my network, because I'd love for you to check it out more, and I'd love for you to be attached to me if you decide that this would be something that you would want to see what it could do for you. And I would copy and paste that message to every single person that was on Facebook. But I would change it. So I'm not going to send Kim my message that says, hey, Kara. And I might even change it up. If I specifically, if Kim is my good friend, I'm going to say, hey, Kim, I don't know if you're as tired as I have been lately, but in case you are, I wanted to know, have you seen my post about the Thrive experience? Because I got to tell you, I've given up coffee, and I know you and I used to be coffee buddies. I mean, you could send that to 6 different people. You know what I mean? But it's still personal to me and Kim. So I'm not saying that there aren't maybe some similarities and some messaging that you can't send to 5 people at a time. You absolutely can. Maybe it's a mom's group. You individually say something to each one. Hey, Tammy, I know, I don't know if you've been seeing my DFT, when I show up at gymnastics, but I was wondering, have you been seeing any of my posts about the Thrive experience? When I started doing that, I got so many responses of, no, I haven't seen your post. What is the Thrive experience? What does it mean to be added to your network? Yes, I have been seeing your posts about Thrive, and I've been meaning to ask you about that. It starts the conversation. So when you don't start the conversation with at least one person a day, like, you did not grow your business that day. I don't care if you posted on Facebook, you posted on Instagram, if you didn't take the time to go behind the scenes and reach out to at least one person to individually talk to them about the Thrive experience, you did not grow your business that day. Okay? That's just the bottom line. And so you've got to get really good. So when you're like, oh, my business didn't grow today, well, what did you do? What did you do to grow your business today? You can either be following up with somebody that ignored your message, right? Remember we talked about that. They ignored your message last week. Follow up with them today. Did you invite anybody to like the Facebook fan page? Did you maybe send an email out to your customer list? A lot of times people will be like, well, I don't have a customer list. Well, you better go get a customer list, because I will tell you, I've got a girl that I added to my customer database in 2015. And granted, she got pregnant. And so, she's finally like done having babies, and she's ready. But I saw her at the gym, and she was like, hey, she's like, I know I signed up to have a customer account a long time ago, but I think I'm finally ready to order. I sent her a message today and let her know, hey, I remembered our conversation from last week at the gym. I wanted to go ahead and see, are you ready to place that order? I've got $25 in product credit I'd like to offer you to get started. I mean, I followed up with her based on that conversation, but y'all, she's had a customer account for 2 years. Like, it, there's follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. So that's kind of where you start with your warm market. Now, I know everybody wants to know about how to prospect your cold market. I personally have been working Instagram a lot lately. That has been my jam. However, it doesn't have to just be Instagram. It can be whatever your jam is. Maybe you like Facebook. Maybe you like, I don't know how to find people on Snapchat, but if that's your thing, go find people on Snapchat. LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is that you feel like you're good at. You can, I feel like sometimes with Facebook, like, it's a little bit more relational. So you figure out how this works for you so you don't come across weird. But I feel like on LinkedIn and Instagram, it's easier to send kind of like a random message. But this will work on Facebook too. So one of the things, and I only have 10 more minutes, so we're about to wrap up. So one of the things that I really like to do on Instagram is search hashtags. And you can do this on Facebook too. You can search hashtags, but this is how I'm doing it on Instagram. So on Instagram, I search hashtags. Maybe it's boss babe, maybe it's entrepreneurs, maybe it's health, maybe it's personal training, maybe it's vitamins, maybe it's protein, maybe it's weight loss. It can be whatever. And then what I do is I go and I find, at least 5 profiles a day, and I see what they post about weight loss, fitness, whatever the hashtag is. Choose a hashtag for 5 minutes that you're going to prospect. And what I then do is I comment on their post, whatever they've posted about. And I bring it back to, hey, I notice you're on a weight loss journey. I don't know if you've thought about a plant-based nutritional support. Would you be open to having a conversation? And that's what I comment. Or I find a personal trainer, or I find somebody that's in fitness and say, hey, I notice that you're passionate about helping others achieve their goals when it comes to nutritional and personal training. Are you open to having a conversation about a residual income opportunity? And that's what I comment. I comment that on people's pictures. Well, what happens then is that people will reply, hey, thanks so much for your comment. Sure, send me a DM. Let's connect offline. So, so that's what I've then been doing. And then I reply, thanks for the reply. I'm sending you a private message. And then what I do is I go in and I usually follow them or they follow me or whatever. I let them know because like Facebook, it goes to another folder if you're not following each other. And I go in and I send them a message and I say, hey, personal fitness trainer 511, whatever their tag is, because usually it's not your name. Or if their name is on their profile, hey, Kara, thanks so much for replying to my comment. To expand a little bit more about what I was referring to, I'm with a company or I have a product line that, is simple but effective. Have you ever heard of the Thrive Experience? Or, when you say you're open to a residual income opportunity, what does that look like to you? I just get the conversation started. It changes based on, who I was trying to target. And so I'm sure the same thing can happen on Facebook. I'm just showing you guys how I've been doing it on Instagram. Same with LinkedIn. You can search interests on LinkedIn. You can search, I don't think they do the hashtag thing on LinkedIn, but you can search different companies. You can search entrepreneurs. You can search interests, anything like that. And you can send people messages and just let them know, hey, I noticed your profile says you're into being an entrepreneur. Have you looked at any health and wellness opportunities? Would you be open to talking about one? And the more times that you ask, are you open to having a conversation about either the product or either the opportunity, somebody's going to say yes, and so but put the odds in your favor, find 20 people that you can send that cold message to. You're just looking for one, right? One or two. And then what I like to do is I say, okay, great. Could you hop on a call or can you do a Zoom? It just kind of depends on how the conversation goes. I get a lot of creepers on Instagram. They want to know if I'm married and they get blocked and, I'm out. Yes, I'm married, happily, bye. So be careful with that. Don't go get yourself an internet stalker or anything like that. But that's where these one-day trial packs, I am offering those out like candy. But I do make them get on the phone with me. They have to create an account. I try to always connect back to Facebook because Facebook is where the Le-Vel fan page is. Facebook is where our customer group page is. Facebook is where they're going to see my posts more regular. So I try to connect everybody back. I try to pull them back to Facebook. But, that's where those one-day trial packs can come into play. And so that's really how I've been cold prospecting, is really been searching for hashtags, trying to find profiles of people that would be a good fit, and then just commenting and asking, would you be open to looking at an opportunity with a health and wellness company, and then we just see what happens, right? And again, you're going to get really good at one, introducing somebody to the Thrive Experience for the people that say, yes, I am open, Amber Davis Thrive. Send me a DM. Like, sure, I'm living in DMs these days. That's direct messaging. Or I get ignored and I'm just thinking next. And then every once in a while, somebody's like, oh, is that a pyramid scheme? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, if by pyramid scheme you mean a residual income opportunity through network marketing, absolutely it is. And I'm really good now at, when people are negative to me, I'm really good at being able to say, why do you feel so negative about this industry? I got to tell you the success that I've had. What's your beef? I'm not scared anymore. But y'all, when I was first getting started, a lot of people ask me all the time, they're like, how are you so confident? How do you do this? Because I put myself in a situation to let people be not nice. And I got my feelings hurt and I cried about it and I wanted to quit and it ruined my day. But then I got really good at saying, you know what, I'm not going to let this ruin my business, because for every no, somebody is waiting to say yes. So that is my training for tonight. If you have any questions, drop me a chat. I'll answer them, but our time is ending in 3 minutes. So anybody have any questions about anything? Thumbs up, good topic, thumbs down. Don't y'all go be finding all my leads. No, I'm just kidding. It's okay if we talk to the same people. I won't be mad. So, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this Zoom. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. I will get it uploaded to YouTube when I figure out how to do that. I did it once. I know I can do it again. So You guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys next Monday for another Zoom.